St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace.
Okay, so we're gonna go over what you have to do to get all of the hints for Dr. Swansea in Vampyr. A lot of people don't know how to do this, and it makes sense because you have to go to him at specific times during the game that you oftentimes have to go out of your way to get to. It always shows an exclamation point when he has a new dialogue that you can do, and some of those dialogues unlock his hints. The first one that I found, it's possible there's others besides these ones, but the first one I found is right after the funeral. So you have to go kind of a ways to get back to the hospital.
To church he goes, a newborn seeks
But-
divine consent to lick the blood from the soft.
But you have to go through multiple things. There's a whole bunch of enemies. Some of them are very hard, and you got to go through this cutscene anyways on the way back there. But that's going to be where your first hint is.
So you can't go back through the cemetery to get to the hospital here, because the game is basically it's corralling you into this cutscene. It needs you to see this cutscene. So you have to go through this part, but you can't get to the church. If you get to the church, you miss your opportunity. So you have to go down this like old Whitechapel Street, Whitechapel's old road, and then you have to turn before you get to the church and go down Whitechapel Street. And you'll be facing a lot of those priests along the way. So yeah, it's kind of some tough fights.
So yeah, the important thing with these is you just need to keep an eye out on the map for whenever you can talk to Swansea, and talk to him as soon as those exclamation points show up.
Yeah, these are missable hints that, unlike most things, it's not just a matter of saying the right things. You actually have to talk to him at the right times to get them.
And it doesn't say if you miss them, so you can get to the end of the game and it won't tell you you've missed them until you've wrapped up the entire Dr. Swansea thing.
Right. You'll get the last hint from Dr. Swansea, and the last hint is not missable.
You need a friend.
But then when you get the last hint, if you haven't gotten the other hints at that point, that's when it tells you that you've missed
Have
them.
you ever lost a family member to a vampire?
By the sacred stole, no. It would tear me apart.
A close friend, then?
No, and I pray that will never be the case. It would be a difficult burden to bear.
I'm sorry, but doesn't it worry you?
Oh, Jonathan, please, you're being morbid. Doubt and fear will cripple you if you let it. These are dark enough times already. You must stay strong.
So this is still pretty early in the game, but
Edgar,
there are going to be some spoilers coming up as we go
mean
forward,
forgiveness?
because you
Redemption? Yes.
talk to him through the whole game.
Without a doubt. All crimes, no matter their gravity, can be redeemed.
I must kill in order to live.
As a physician, we often have to make decisions that may result in life or death.
The next
One of
hint
our
is going to be after
These people
you
trust
deal
us.
with Sean Hampton.
It's
Right,
a
Sean
heavy
Hampton,
burden,
you'll
one we have to make.
go through a whole storyline, and at the end of it you'll decide what to do with him, like you do with all of the
Jonathan,
pillar
if I may,
characters.
Whatever happened to your sister
And at
Mary?
the end of that
I'm sure you did not wish
chain,
Or if you
you'll
had the chance, it
find a
was
body
not
outside,
different.
and that's when you have to come back here again.
Thank you for your kind words, Edgar. We will talk again soon. Another corpse thrown in the streets.
So this
Someone's
is
playing
just
a very
after the
sick
encounter
game.
with Sean Hampton.
Right.
Walk outside and you'll find this corpse.
29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
So once again, if you just move forward in the mission, you will miss this, but you can see once again that there's an exclamation point up by the hospital. There's actually one for Elizabeth as well, but the important one is Dr. Swansea.
Jonathan, old chap, how are you tonight? I've seen little of you of late.
I was conducting research in my room, away from the nightly routines.
Of course, of course. Worry not, I understand. The situation has been testy around here. I won't deny it, but we still stand.
Have you any reliable friends in the West End who might assist me?
Unfortunately, you will be alone. Except for our ravishing red-headed acquaintance, of course.
What about the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole? Where are they?
There are only a few of us. Most others would not speak to you. I am the black sheep of our brotherly flock, you know.
The disease turned her into a bitter soul.
So this is
Driven by
skipping
vengeance, just like
forward.
her mother.
This is at the
Symptom
end of the
of
game
all
in
the infected
chapter
prisoners.
6, I believe.
Yeah.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar
This
effects.
has got some pretty big spoilers in it, so
So if you don't want spoilers, if you haven't finished this, stop right now.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
and this hint is unmissable. You have to do it for the story, so
Yeah, you
blood to
won't miss
cure
this.
old Harriet.
So it's
There was no
interesting,
evil plan, no diabolical
Dr.
plot.
Swansea's hints are
did
different
what?
than other
I tested the
characters
regenerating and
in
healing
that
properties of
they
vampire
don't
blood on
show
Harriet's
his blood
My only
quality
intention was to find the cure for
increasing when you
influenza, I
get his
swear.
hints.
Whose blood did you
He
use?
says he has
Your
6,000
muscles? Mine?
experience, and you get his hints,
Lady
and
Ashton,
afterwards it still
while
says
transfusing her
he
with
has
human
6,000
blood, humanely
experience.
appeasing
I
her
didn't even
hunger.
notice that, and
I
I'm the one
also
that found all these
kept
hints.
Until the end of the game. At the end of the game, after you have all 3 hints, then he has 12,000 experience. But it doesn't even show, like most of the characters, it'll
I
show
admit it,
like a
I
meter
boldly
that's
ventured
half
into
full.
experimental
Right.
realms, but
And
I've
then
killed
as
no
you
one
get
to
the hints,
appease my
that meter
thirst for
moves up to
knowledge,
full.
Jonathan.
But his
I
meter
know
at 6,000
I
shows
never
all the way
asked to
full,
become
all
what
the way
I
through the
am.
game.
Right.
You
Then at the end,
chose to
you've got
conduct
all
your
of these
rogue
hints, it goes up to
experiments.
12,000. And it's possible that if you just have one of the hints, it
You
might
saw
be
what I'm doing
that
at
it goes up to
Pembroke Hospital.
9,000 if you just have
Jonathan,
one of
you
the
know I'm
hints,
not
or
an evil
12,000 if you
soul.
have both of the extra
Just
hints.
another victim
Right.
I know
of
that
this
if you
tragedy.
just get this story hint, it stays at 6,000.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
Truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment.
It was kind of a hard decision,
Yeah.
like what to do here, because like you're giving somebody who was playing pretty fast and loose with vampire blood an unlimited supply of vampire blood in himself.
I beg you.
It
This
just
is
it
what I've
seems
always
like that could go
wanted.
real
This is
bad.
what I've always searched for.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a bad person, obviously.
Right.
It's just, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily deserve to die, but giving
Facing
him
eternity of
vampire, like vampirism,
Right.
it just it could turn out pretty badly.
He's kind of irresponsible.
Right.
And
Enough!
Like at the very least, if he was going to be playing around with vampire blood, he needed to quarantine Harriet. He needed to keep her in like the old morgue or something.
right.
So that if things go sideways, as they did. But there you go. There's the 3 hints for Dr. Swansea.
Got them all at once. I think we're the first people to have these, and this was all Bob that found these, so good on Bob.
To be fair, I've played this game like 3 times now, so...
Right.
It's a really good game, and there's a lot of different ways you can do it, so...
Yeah.
The first time I played it, I made some bad choices and had to play it again.